And video recordings, you people are getting, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, so I think we stopped at hazardous substance management, and I was saying that it is a small topic, and it has just two topics that we have to see: hazardous substance master and SARA reports. And speaking about SARA reports, I told you that it is a mandatory requirement. Whenever you are planning to sell chemicals in USA, you have to prepare this SARA report. And this SARA report contains details about the hazardous substances, which hazardous substances you are using in the company and in how much quantity you are using, what are the different categories of hazardous substance you are using. All that information you need to put into the SARA report and you have to submit. So that comes under the SARA report. Next we go to dangerous goods management, another very important topic, by the way. After your basic data tools and product safety and GLM, this is very important. And in dangerous goods management, we are going to learn. Okay, by the way, before that, can you tell me what is the difference between hazardous substance and dangerous good, if anybody knows?
Suppose if we store lots of dangerous goods, so where this location for to that location we can say hazardous sectors, which hazardous, and if single material, if we come out single material for the delivery from that location, then it will be dangerous goods.
Okay. So, in that case, petrol is a hazardous substance or a dangerous good?
Petrol is a hazardous.
So maybe dangerous.
Okay.
Petrol is a dangerous good, sir.
It's a dangerous good? Not
Sir,
a
when it
hazardous
is
substance.
transporting, it is a dangerous good. When
Exactly.
it is stored somewhere, it is a hazard.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So, Adesh, what you told was right. See, it does not depend on the material. It depends what you are going to do with the material. If it is a petrol, let's say if you are a supplier and you go to petrol bunks and you supply petrol, for example. Now, because you are transporting it, you have to call that as a dangerous good. But on the other hand, let's say if somebody is using diesel for generator, they are storing the diesel barrels in the company and they want to use it for generator. In such a case, we cannot call it as a dangerous good because it is stationary. It is at one place. But when same material you are loading into a vehicle and you are transporting from one point to another point, that same hazardous substance should be called as a dangerous good. It's not like what is the material. Irrespective of the material, depending on what you are, how you are handling that material, that will decide whether it's a dangerous good or a hazardous substance. Because see, lot of raw materials that you use in manufacturing chemicals, they are also hazardous, right? Like ammonium nitrate, for example, it's a hazardous substance. Or if you are manufacturing, let's say paint, in paint they use crude oil, they use different solvents, they use coloring agent, and they use lead. All these are hazardous substances. But because they are using it at one location and they are using it for manufacturing some other product, we refer to them as a hazardous substance. But when the paint is completed, when you have that product ready and when you transport that to your customer, paint will be called as a dangerous good. So see the difference? The material you are using to manufacture paint are hazardous substances, but at the end when that product is ready and when you want to deliver that product, it will be called as a dangerous good. That is how you can differentiate between a dangerous good and a hazardous substance. And there is one more difference. Do you know what is second difference? One is in the transportation and second
Packaging, sir.
packaging. Yeah. What kind of packaging material you use for your product or dangerous good? That packaging will depend on the nature of that substance. when you are speaking about hazardous substances, we don't give so much importance for packaging, because anyways it is in the company at one location, so no need to discuss so much about the packaging. But imagine that same hazardous substance or dangerous good, when you are transporting, you have to package it in the most matching material, or what I can say, suitable material you have to select. Because see, the nature of that dangerous good may be something that may react with that packaging material. For example, if we are transporting sulfuric acid definitely is very hazardous. So you cannot package that sulfuric acid in a plastic drum because it is not suitable. Or another example, if you want to transport some explosive material, explosive chemical, you cannot package that in the plastic paper. Because if you do that, it will become like a bomb. So when there is any explosion, it is going to cause more intensity as compared to just that chemical. That is why if you see in some of the Naxalite areas, the country bomb that they manufacture, how do they manufacture it? They will use some chemical powder, they will add nails and all other metallic parts to that. They will tightly bind it using a plastic material, and when they subject that to some kind of fire, it will cause huge explosion. So the intensity of that bomb will increase by at least 10 times. So you cannot use a plastic paper for packaging your chemicals, especially explosive materials, right? So like that, there are many examples. Depending on what is your dangerous good, we have to see first whether the nature, physical chemical property of that material is suitable for my packaging material or not, whether I can use that packaging material for that particular dangerous good or not, that we have to check. And when you refer to some DG regulations like ADR, IATA, IMDG and all, in that regulation they will very clearly tell you for explosive materials what type of packaging material you have to use. If it is a flammable liquid, what kind of packaging material you have to use. So very clearly they will mention in the regulation. So when you are transporting a dangerous good, you have to follow these regulations, and whatever the requirements they are saying, you have to fulfill those requirements. It will be one related to your transportation method, how you are going to transport it. Secondly, the DG regulation will tell you exactly what kind of packaging material is applicable. And not only that, of course, the quantity. Overall quantity in one shot, how much dangerous good you are transporting, that is also very important. Right. So these are some differences between a hazardous substance and a dangerous goods. But otherwise material may be same. Same material, you can refer to it as a hazardous substance or a dangerous good. So what we are going to learn in this? In dangerous goods management, we are going to learn first and foremost about the dangerous goods. There is something called as hazard inducer. We'll see what is a hazard inducer. Then we'll study the dangerous goods regulations. So around the world there are some 5 to 6 standard regulations. Okay, because every country will also have, but there are some 5 to 6 regulations which are followed in multiple countries. So we'll see what they are and where it is applicable and all. Next we are going to see the mode of transportation. So like I told you, you can use airways, roadways, railways, sea mode of transportation, or even rivers. You can use rivers also for transporting dangerous goods. So we'll see what are the different mode of transportations we have in the dangerous goods management. And apart from that, we are also going to study another important topic called dangerous goods master. Just like how we have here hazardous substance master, no? Similarly, we also have a dangerous goods master. You know what is the meaning of master or master record? It's a general word, not only applicable for SAP, it's a general word, master record.
Master record means description of that particular, consider one material. So it's basic, means we can say the means what is the unit of that material, or what is the nature of that
Yeah.
physical or chemical properties,
Okay.
like that.
Yes. Not only
Information
that,
about
lot of
particular material.
yeah, there will be complete information about that material. Plus, also it will have some regulation related data, like how much quantity we can transport, what type of vehicle we have to use, what are the requirements of that vehicle. All that information will also be there. What are the emergency contact numbers that they have to call in case if there is any emergency, or which is the regulation that is applicable for this dangerous good. Like that, lot of information will be there. So, master record actually means it contains all the important data of that particular object. Like if I have to tell you, see, I'll tell you one more thing. When you want to purchase some land, some property you want to purchase. So what do? You will ask for a mother deed. So mother deed is also a sale deed, but it will contain information from where this land was purchased, who was the first owner, then what did he do with that land, to whom did he transfer. Every information will be there in that mother deed. So it is like a mother deed that contains information about that material. It contains each and every information, including how much temperature it can withstand, what is the density of that material, etc., everything. So that you can use that master record to prepare some dangerous goods documents, and also it will be helpful in order to comply with the regulation. So we are going to see about that dangerous good master, right? So this is what important thing we have in dangerous goods management. Next, waste management. Waste management is not so important in India because normally they don't use this component. In other countries, yes, because there they have to maintain the waste data in a SAP system, and they have to generate the documents also from that SAP system. But in India, it's not like that. No, you have to do online reporting, right? So Kavita, maybe you are aware because you are dealing directly with the pollution control board. So how do you manage the waste related data?
So we have separate storage and we have manifest for the
Waste
each
management.
disposals. So whenever we are disposing hazardous waste, so we are disposing it to the authorized vendors only. Those authorized vendors should be listed in the case.
Okay.
So we have to dispose to them only. Once we dispose, we come to manifestation. Manifest copy, Form 10.
Yeah, okay. Form 10. But this reporting happens online, no? You have to open the online portal and there you have to report. Like total quantity, how much you have generated.
Yes, as per our consent, it was mentioned in our consent. So that much only we have to dispose. That will be registered in the online SDN portal only.
Yes.
So we are taking hard copy also and online also. Both we are doing.
Okay, that's nice. So normally, mostly we do it online, but if at all they require any hard copies or documents, in the document form also you can submit. Because waste manifest is actually a document. You have to prepare that, take a copy of that, and then we have to submit. And where you are maintaining all this waste data currently?
In XDN portal only.
Okay, so it's not SAP, you are using the portal.
KSPCB official website we are using.
Okay, but internally within your company also somewhere you have to store the data, no?
That thing we are not implemented, sir.
Yeah, you are maybe using MS Excel sheet, probably.
In Excel sheet we are, master list we have, so compliance list we are maintaining.
Yes, exactly. So suppose if you were using SAP system, we have this waste management. Using that you can manage your waste related data.
Yes, we can track, but as of now we are tracking in an Excel sheet only, compliance tracker.
Okay, fine. But here, yes, you can do all that. You can actually prepare a waste manifest, or we call it as a disposal document also. That is another name. So we can prepare those documents and we can create even the vendor related data. Like in SAP, we call them as waste management business partner. You call it as contractor, but nowadays there is a new term they have coined called as business partner. So all contractors can be called as vendors or business partners, and all these business partners must be licensed by the government. You cannot hand over your waste to anybody that comes. You have to first check their licenses, and if they are validated, only then you can hand over the waste. So you cannot work just with anyone. They should also be authorized by the government. So that's why there are a lot of things we are going to learn in waste management. So we are going to learn some basic data or basic concepts like what is waste, okay, what is the definition of waste, what is a waste management business partner, and what is a waste code, what is a waste catalog. All that we'll see in the basic data. Then we have some master data concepts like authority assigned number. Authority assigned number is nothing but your registration number, because before you start the company you have to go and get the license. It's actually not a license, but yeah, you have to register your company. You have to tell them you have a plan to generate so much of hazardous waste, and what is your plan of disposal, how you are going to dispose it. Every information you have to share with the pollution control board. If they feel that the waste that you are speaking about is very huge, they will say no, we cannot allow you to generate so much waste, and they will give you a quantity. Like if you are planning to generate 5 tons of hazardous waste, they will say no, we cannot give you permission for 5 tons. It will be 2 tons or maximum 3 tons. That is your limit. We don't care how much you are manufacturing, but ultimately every month you can only generate 3 tons of waste. So like that they will put the conditions, and they will register your company, and they will give a registration number called as a authority assigned number. So that we are going to see in detail in the master data. Apart from that, we have entry document, we have approval document, and we have a disposal document. So all those things we are going to learn here in the waste management. So another point I will add here, disposal processing. Disposal processing, and I told you waste management business partner we are going to create. So business partner means it is the contractor. Right. So these are important topics in waste management. Next, we have another important topic. It is interesting because it is little different from your dangerous goods and chemicals and hazardous substances. We are going to see how we can manage the employee related health data. Like if you have
Sorry,
to, yeah.
I have one question here regarding waste management. So, whatever data in basic data and tools like specification and phrases, can we use can we use this data in waste management, basic data?
Yes, definitely. Definitely, there is an integration, and we have to use it.
Okay.
Because see, in the specification management, there is a category called waste code category.
Okay, yeah.
So any data that you create in a waste code, that you have to use in your disposal document. When you are preparing a disposal document, some data will come from there. Like for example, there is waste code. So waste code will come from your specification management. Like, okay, that is one thing. Or waste catalog, some number if you want, reference number, that will also come from the specification management. Yeah. See, this basic data and tools is there. No, it is a very important component. It is like the heart of your SAP system in EHS module, I mean. Because from basic data and tools, data is accessed by a lot of other applications. Like even for your risk assessment, we have to use the agent data. That agent data we have to create in specification management. You want to prepare dangerous goods trem card. That trem card data again you have to maintain in the specification management. Waste code related data, again you have to create in the waste code category. That data will be used during your creation of disposal document. So like that, there are a lot of applications, including your risk assessment, your control measures, okay, work area management. In lot of these places, we are going to use basic data and tools.
Okay.
Yeah. So next, occupational health. In occupational health, it's a bit lengthy topic. We are going to see a lot of things in the occupational health. For example, we are going to see some basic concepts. Okay, some medical related concepts we are going to learn. Okay, then we have master data concepts. Like for example, if I have to break up, I can say there is something called as planning cockpit. Okay, we have schedule planning, and we have brief consultation. All these things will come under your master data. Next, after that, we are going to learn about the medical service. What is a medical service? How do we create a medical service? That we are going to learn. And then we have health surveillance protocol, another important topic called health surveillance protocol. It is nothing but your medical checkups. Different types of medical checkups are called as health surveillance protocol. So we'll see how we can create them, how we are going to use these protocols. So that will be covered. And then definitely we have injury illness law. So whenever there is any employee injury, we have to report it. We should not hide, even though it may be a minor injury, but as per our EHS requirement, we have to report all the injuries and all the illnesses. So suppose if there is such a injury, we can go to this application called injury illness law, and we can record all the data related to injury, and even we can generate a report from that. So it is possible we can generate an injury illness report also after maintaining the data. So we'll see that in detail. Then apart from that, what else do we have? In occupational health, medical service I have written, health surveillance protocol. Okay. There is another thing called as medical practice calendar. Medical practice calendar is used to create an appointment. See, in this occupational health, if you want to create an appointment for some medical checkup, you can create that appointment. And you can share the invitation letter with those employees whom you are planning to send. Let's say next week you want to send 10 people for general medical checkup. So you have to first identify who are those people, okay, and then you have to create an appointment for them, then share the invitation letter along with that employee. Otherwise, what happens? See, in India it is okay, even if we don't have an appointment letter, directly we can go and get the medical checkup done. All we have to do is just tell the company name and they will do it. But in other countries, it's not like that. In mostly Europe, in American region, as well as in the Middle East, whenever any employee goes for a medical checkup, he has to carry invitation letter. So that invitation letter will contain information about what medical checkup will be done, what is the employee detail, okay, in which location it will be done, what is the date, time, everything will be mentioned. They have to carry that invitation letter. So that is also part of your occupational health. Right, so these are some of the things in the occupational health which is used to manage your employee health data. But tell me one thing, normally EHS people don't handle all this. See, sending employees for medical checkup, okay, or storing their medical reports, all that we don't do. It is done by the HR department. But still, why they have given this application in EHS module? Do you send, your EHS department sends people for medical checkup?
No.
No, you don't, because it's not your job. It is the job of the HR department. See, again, we are going to see vaccination also. For every employee, suppose if we are providing a vaccination, we can create a vaccination plan for that employee. Again, why are we going to do all that? It is not our job. HR department has to do it. But still, SAP thinks it is like related to EHS and they have given the solution. If you ask me, it's not actually a complete responsibility of EHS. Yeah, maybe reporting injury and illness, that may come under our portfolio, but other things is not our business. So SAP is like little bit confused. When it comes to EHS, they have lot of confusion. I will tell you one more thing. Work permit system, it comes under which department? Work permit system.
It's a execution engineering department, sir.
Which? Engineering.
Yes, sir. And execution.
Okay, and to some extent it also comes to EHS.
For approval, it came to the EHS.
Yeah. We have to approve it. We have to check the conditions, whether they are following all the requirements or not. Then we have to approve it. But you know something, in SAP, we don't have any connection with permit to work or work permit system, because work permit system comes under PM module, plant maintenance. So whatever authorization is there, or whatever generation of work permit, everything will be done in plant maintenance. It doesn't come to us. But if you look at the actual concept of work permit, it's actually a safety procedure. We need work permit system because we have to ensure safety. But ironically, that part has went to plant maintenance, and we have got occupational health. Okay, you can dispute on that, but that is the fact. Maybe at least for just approval's sake, it may come to us, but otherwise we are not the owner of that application. Okay, now let's move on to the last one, industrial hygiene and safety. This is again very important. It is like the backbone of your EHS, because all your risk assessment process or incident accident management or creating work areas, implementing control measures, all those things come under industrial hygiene and safety. So what all we are going to learn? We are going to learn work area management. Now what is a work area? Work area is a section in a plant. If you go to any plant, that entire plant will be divided into different sections. Like production area will be there, boiler room will be there, okay, QC lab will be there, packaging area will be there, electrical rooms, DG room, canteen, like that, warehouse, storage location or store room. So these are different sections in a plant. So work area management is nothing but how we can create those sections for a plant. It can be any work area. It can be even a production area. So that one production area will be called as a work area in our industrial hygiene and safety. So we are going to see how we can create that work area, what kind of data we have to maintain, and what are the bases. Why do we have to create a work area? That's a very important topic. Next we have risk assessment. Like I told you, risk assessment is part of your industrial hygiene and safety. Next we have incident accident management. Incident accident management. It is just like your injury illness log. Whatever data we maintain in injury illness log, similar kind of data is also maintained in the incident accident management. But remember one thing, when you are working as a EHS professional, we don't have two different forms. Whether it is an accident or whether it's an injury, we prepare the report in one document. But in SAP it is not like that. They have a separate application for injury illness log and a separate application for incident accident log. So I can just call it as incident accident log. So tell me one thing, why do we need two different applications? If, like, let's say if there is an injury, can't we use incident accident log itself to create that data? Or if there is any accident, definitely there will be some injuries or some, first aid injuries to employees. So can't we use injury illness log itself? Why do we need two separate applications?
Maybe in occupational health modules, we are mainly focusing on the issues related to the health, like fever and prolonged illness and all. And in accident incident in log, we are analyzing the data with the incidents on it during the work activities.
But injury can also happen, no? Like if there is an accident, let's say there are some people involved in that accident. So injury will definitely happen there also. So can't we include that in incident accident law? See, actually,
injury in
tell.
maybe injury and illness log, we are analyzing the damage of that injury or illness. And
Okay.
in incident investigation, means we are analyzing the cause of those accidents and what are the
Yeah.
precautions we have to follow
Yeah.
to restrict those accidents
Yes.
again.
That is one difference, of course. See, when you create an incident accident log, we have to do a small investigation or root cause analysis. Why this incident occurred, what is the root cause, how to prevent such accidents in the future. So, control measures will come in the incident accident log. Okay, control measures will be there, and we have to create a small investigation called as root cause analysis, and that will be done in the incident accident management. But when we speak about injury illness log, it is only about injuries or occupational illness. And let me tell you one important point. All injuries and all illnesses are not result of an accident. It is not necessary that there should be some accident for an injury. Like if somebody is using, let's say, some hand tool, like a cutter or maybe some blade, and if he gets some cut to the hand, it's not an accident actually, it's an injury. So therefore, why will you create an incident accident log? It's just a cut to the finger, and therefore you have to put it under the injury illness log. And there are many accidents where there will be no injury at all, called as near miss incident. Let's say some boiler got exploded, but fortunately no worker was around that boiler. It was just damage to the company property. That boiler got exploded, but nobody was injured. So where will you categorize that? Where will you put? There are no injuries, so we
Sir,
cannot create.
is a dangerous occurrence, sir.
Dangerous occurrence, yeah. Dangerous occurrence, or you can call it as near miss incident, but it's an accident without any injury. It's not a injury oriented.
Yes.
There is no injury, but still it is an accident. So therefore, we have to create that in the incident accident log. That is why SAP has given two different applications. If you combine, it will be very confusing. So it is always good you maintain injury illness log separately and incident accident log separately. Got it? So that is why we have these two different applications. Next, apart from that, we are also going to learn about control measures or safety measures. Both are fine. Control measures and safety measures, we can create our own safety measure. If you want, you can create your own safety measures. So we can go to customization, we can customize the data, and we can add a new safety measure if you want. So this is also we are going to see what are the different control measure categories we have in SAP and how we can create a new category if you want. That also we are going to see. Next, similarly, we have few more topics like measurement management, measuring the hazards or agents in a work area, and then maintaining those measurement values. We do that in the measurement management. And then we have exposure management also within this industrial hygiene and safety. Okay, it's a very lengthy topic and it's going to take a lot of time to complete industrial hygiene and safety. So this is what we have broadly speaking. These are some of the concepts we are going to learn individually in our course, and we are going to see application wise how we can create the data, what are the transaction codes applicable, and first we'll see a bit of theory and then we'll go to the practical. Okay, clear so far guys? Any doubt in this? So this is what we have in SAP EHS. It's a breakup of all the components which we are going to learn. Now you tell me from where do you want to start? We can start from basic data and tools. Okay, no problem. But let me tell you something. It is a very tough concept. It's very difficult to understand and to learn. Especially specification management is very difficult. So do you want me to start? Because anyways, this is the first component. If you want me to start with basic data and tools, I'm happy to start. Or if you want me to start with occupational health or industrial hygiene, they both are very easy. easy to understand, easy to practice. So whichever you tell me, I can take that.
This is also fine if we start with occupational health.
Occupational health. Yeah, fine. Because we don't have any direct connection between basic data and tools and occupational health. So we can start with occupational health. Mostly it is related to medical data. Medical terminology is also we are going to learn. So I can start with occupational health. Meantime, you can also get to know how to use the server, and you can have some hands-on experience also. Because specification management is very difficult, guys. I have no problem to start, but even when I was learning, it was very difficult for me. So that's why let's take a more easier topic first, like occupational health, and then we'll go to the basic data. Okay, fine. And also, some of you have not seen how the SAP demo system looks like. Some of you have already used, but some people are not aware. So I will just give you a brief idea about what is SAP demo system, how do we log in, and also we are going to see some transaction codes, how you can go to the applications, etc. So we'll have a look at the SAP demo system. So if you observe on my screen, there is a SAP logon. We call it as GUI. We call it as GUI. What is GUI? GUI means graphical user interface. Okay, graphical user interface means we can use the SAP software by first logging into the system. We have to use this front-end application in order to connect with the SAP server. And how do you do that? See, once I send you the email, or maybe from the institute you will get the email, you have to first install the SAP demo system. There will be huge files. You have to download them and install it. After installation is completed, you will get a shortcut like this on your desktop. And using this shortcut, we can remotely connect with the SAP server. So how do we do that? You have to double click on that application, GUI. Okay, and then for some of you, you have to go to variable logon. Okay, click on variable logon. You see, you will get a window like this. Again, click on next. And then you have to add some details here, like IP address or application server number, instance number, system ID. At least these three things you have to input. Okay, for example, let me try to log in some server. Just yeah, okay. For example, see, you have to first enter the application server number. It will be something like this: 183.82.98.9, and then enter the instance number. All these details will be shared, instance number, and then system ID. Okay, no need to add this SAP router string and all. You can leave it blank. And then directly you can click on, there is an option called logon. If you click on that logon option, it will connect you to that SAP server like this. See, this is called as a demo system or demo server. In our IT industry, we call it as a sandbox system, but you can call it as a demo system as well. Next, what you have to do is enter the user ID. Okay, enter the user ID and then enter the password. And just be careful, don't enter the incorrect password more than 3 times, otherwise it will get logged. So first time if you are entering wrong password, please check and then enter. Now press enter, that will take you inside the SAP server. And you can see here they have given it is a SAP demo system or it is a practice system. Any module you want to learn in SAP, you can use this demo system. Not only EHS, you can learn MM module or PM module, any module. This is a demo system, but still it is a property of SAP. Whenever we want to use this demo system, we have to pay the license fee. It is a licensed software, and then we have to use. It's not a pirated version. It's a licensed version, right? So this is how your SAP system looks like. Now on top left hand side, you can see there is one small area here, or I can call it is a field where you have to enter the transaction code. Now what is a transaction code? You can call it as transaction code or T code. Transaction code. Transaction code or T code. Transaction code is nothing but it is a command. It is a command to access applications in a SAP system. Okay, it's like a command. So when you enter the correct transaction code, it will take you to one of the applications. Like for example, you want to create a injury illness log. Then you have to enter the transaction code CBIH72. And when you press enter, that transaction code will take you to that application injury illness log. Let me show you anyways. You have to enter the transaction code here, CBIH72. So when I press enter, the system will take me to the injury illness log where I can create or I can display the existing injury illness logs. Or if I want, I can generate the report from the existing injury illness log. So I will be accessing that application. Similarly, there are different transaction codes for different applications. Now, incident accident log, CBIH82. Now, this will take you to the incident accident log. I am not going in detail because I just want to show you how it works. So like that, by using different transaction codes, we can access different parts of your SAP applications. And if you want to go back, let's say you want to go back to the main screen, then either you can use this back button, which is in green color. You can use this back, or you can use the exit option, or you can use the cancel option. All three are fine. If you click one of them, it will take you back to the main screen, right? So similarly, let me open one of the incident accident log. So this is one incident accident log, and you can see they have created some incident related data, and they have an investigation tool also here where you can do the root cause analysis. And not only that, we have safety measure sections also where you can create and implement safety measures. So we'll see that in detail. Now, if you don't want to use the back button, if you want to use exit button, that is also fine. That will also take you back to the previous screen. So if I click on exit, do you want to save changes? Yes. See, it will take you back to the main screen. Or you can use cancel button also. It will do the same. You can use cancel button also, and that will take you to the main screen. Apart from these three, we have a save button also. So whenever you create any data, please don't forget to save the data. We don't have a auto save option here. Like how we have in MS Word or Excel, it will not auto save. After creating all the data, suddenly if you get logged out or something goes wrong, and if you exit, then all the data will be gone. So ensure you save the data first before you close the application, right? So that is a save option we have. And then I told you about cancel button. By clicking on that, it will again take you to the previous screen. Again, if you click, it will take you to the initial screen of the incident accident log. Or again, if you click, it will take you to the main screen. Like that, you can use these three options to go or exit from the applications. Right, got it? And apart from that, see, among the menu options, you can please explore this, go to each of these options and just check it out. You can explore it little bit. And among these options, we have an option called system. And if you go down to status and click on status, it will give you some basic details about this SAP demo system. Like for example, what is the client number? What is the user ID? When was the last time we had logged in into this system? See, this is the last day we had logged in. And it will show you what is the installation number, license expiration date, what is the version number, and more importantly, you see here it is showing the database. What is a database?
Where the whatever transaction we are doing, that is stored in the database.
Yeah, whatever data you are creating. Let's say there was some accident in the company and you create that accident data. So where it will get stored? First it will be there in the system itself for some time, but then it will be transported to the server or transported to the database. So database means this is a place where all the company data will be stored, and we have different service providers also for this database. For example, Oracle is one of them. Old SAP systems, they were using Oracle. Nowadays they are using Microsoft SQL also as a database. But either of them, they are third-party applications. For example, here we have Oracle. Beside that, it will also give you what is the operating system, on which operating system this SAP demo system is working. So we have a Linux as the operating system here. So like this, you can see some basic information about the SAP demo system by going to system and status. Okay, understood? And apart from this, if you want to increase the font size, if you feel this font size is too small, if you want to increase or decrease, you can always go to this option here called Customize Local Layout and go to Options. Under Options, you can select which one do you want to use, what is the font size you want. You can go to select, increase the font size, decrease the font size, and then you can apply that and save. Okay, so your settings, system related settings, if you want to change, you have to go to this place called Customize Local Layout. Okay, clear? And last but not least, just like this one screen I have opened, this one screen is called as a session. This is one session. I have opened one session. Like that, you can open multiple sessions. See, if I have to give you an example in your Google Chrome, if you want to open Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, okay, LinkedIn or any other application, you have to go to different web pages. You can open multiple web pages. Similarly, in SAP also we have this option where simultaneously we can open multiple sessions. Like this is one session. If I want to open one more, I can just click on this option here called Create New Session. That will open one more screen like this. If I click again, it will open the third one. Or I can go to this menu option here. You can see on the left hand side there is a button given. If you click on that, there is another option called Create Session. So by clicking here also, you will be able to open a new screen. Like this, how many can you open? In Google Chrome, you can open up to 99. We can open up to 6 maximum. How much I have opened? Currently we have 4 sessions which are running parallelly. I can open 2 more, but not more than that. So total now we have 6 sessions. If I again try to open a new session, it will show that we have reached the maximum number of sessions. Okay, and then you can simply close it off. Closing is very easy. You just have to click here and close the session. But at the last one, it will ask you whether you have saved the data or not. You have to first save the data, then you better log out. Otherwise, like I said, data will be deleted. Okay, so this is your basic setup of SAP demo system. But as we go and do the practicals, you will gain more knowledge. But for now, what I suggest is try to just have some hands-on experience. Go to these different applications, at least go to the menu options and check out what we have. Right. And if you find any trouble, any difficulty installing or while using the SAP software, please let me know. This is your SAP demo system. And one more thing, see, every time you don't have to go to variable logon and you don't have to create all that data. It's time consuming, right? Every day going to application server, adding instance number, system ID, it takes time. So if you don't have so much time, you can also create. See, there is a button here given called new. So you can go to that, add all the details, next go to next, add all the details about your server, and then you can click on finish. So what will happen? It will create a shortcut like this. You see this? This is a shortcut. And you can create this shortcut by you going to this option called new. Or if I want to delete this, there is an option here, delete. I can delete this shortcut. Right? So first time when you want to log in, either you can use variable logon or first you can create a shortcut and then you can log in. So please remember all these things, whatever I am telling you. And it is a single user logon system, means only one user can log in and only one user can use the same user ID and password. No two people can log in. Let's say you are working on a system and if it gets disconnected, you don't know what happened. Suddenly it got disconnected. It could be possible that somebody else is also trying to log in using the same user ID and password. Or maybe even if there is any network issue also, it will get automatically disconnected. So while you are practicing, try to save the data as early as possible so that you don't lose the data. Because if it gets disconnected, again you have to log in, and by the time you log in, your data will be deleted. Okay, keep that as well in mind. Okay, so one more thing I want to add here called as SAP tables. SAP tables. This is little technical, but you have to know as a consultant. Tomorrow, if you want to become a consultant, you should know few things about the SAP tables. So what is a SAP table? Anybody knows? What are SAP tables?
Tables where the data can be stored related to the whatever transaction is going on in the system.
Yeah. So SAP table is actually, it is like a memory block. Whatever data you are creating, no, I told you it will get stored somewhere in the system. So it will be stored in a table. Okay, like if we create injury illness log or if we create an incident accident log, related data will be stored in that particular table. So table is just like a memory, I can say. In that memory space, whatever data you are creating, that will be stored. 1 minute. I'm getting a call. Just give me a second. Hello? ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. 10 o'clock ಓಪನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ. Yeah, so what I was saying, SAP tables, yes. So this is a place where the data will be stored, but there is a particular definition. I will write what it is. Table is a logical structure where the master data and transaction data will be stored. Okay, so table is a logical structure where the master data and transaction data will be stored. Next, there is one more line I want to add. We can also say that table is a set of rows and columns. Table is a set of rows and columns that are logically related. For tomorrow, please find out what is master data. Do you know what is master data and transaction data? What do you mean by master data? There are so many things you have to learn. Unfortunately, we have such a limited time. I want to tell you a lot of things, but time does not permit. See, once I start telling you about SAP tables, we should also know what is a master data and a transaction data. Do you know what it is?
Transaction data means where we means, suppose if we create a incident accident report, so it's, on daily basis we are creating it, and master data is a fixed data in the system.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Master data means, see, the data will not change. It is like a permanent data. Okay, if I have to give an example, see, what can I say? Your name is a master data. Do you keep changing your name? Once you keep the name, it is very rare. Some people will change maybe surname or they will add an initial. That's it. It is very rare. So your name, it is something permanent to you and it does not change. Date of birth, again, you cannot change your date of birth. The place where you were born or your parents' name, the city in which you were born, you cannot change these things. This is something that is permanently assigned to you. It is a master data. Okay, but what you can change? You can change the company in which you are working. The company is not permanent for you. Tomorrow, if they fire you, you have to go to some other company. It's not permanent. It will keep on changing. If you want, you can change the company every year or every 6 months. So that can be compared with your transaction data. Or maybe like your telephone number. You can change your telephone number whenever you want. It's not permanent. It can be changed. So that is another example for transaction data. And even your address also, see, you can, if you are a freelancer, you can just keep on moving from one city to another city. Again, the place is not fixed. So that is a transaction data. Master data is something, the data of a company which will not change, like company name, it will not change. So whatever is your business process, if you are manufacturing something, you will continue to do that. It's not that you will close it and you will start some other business. No. If you are doing the manufacturing, that is what you will be doing. That is a master data. But transaction data is something that will keep on changing. From one day to another day, it will change. For example, if there is an accident, let's say, today there was a fire accident in the warehouse, and you will create an incident accident log. I think the call will get disconnected now because it's 8:30. If it does, tomorrow will continue. Okay. But at least read something related to master data and transaction data. So I was telling you about the accident. Whenever there is an accident, you will create an accident report. But that information is only related to one accident that has happened. Tomorrow another accident may happen. Another place, another time, another accident. So when you keep on creating this data on a day-to-day basis, it will be different. Maybe the location will be different, type of incident will be different.